1965. The year the Beatles rocked, miniskirt shocked, and spacewalks unlocked. Buckle up, we're heading straight into the swingin' 60s. 1. The first U.S. combat troops arrive in Vietnam, March 8, 1965. The U.S. sends 3,500 Marines to South Vietnam, escalating the Vietnam War. Unique fact: by the end of 1965, there were over 180,000 U.S. troops in Vietnam. 2. The Voting Rights Act is signed into law, August 6, 1965. President Lyndon B. Johnson signs the Voting Rights Act, banning racist voting laws like literacy tests. Unique fact: after the law passed, black voter registration skyrocketed in the South. 3. The first spacewalk by an American, June 3, 1965. Astronaut Ed White performs the first American spacewalk floating outside Gemini 4. Unique fact: his spacewalk lasted 23 minutes and he didn't want to come back inside the spacecraft. The Watts riots erupt in Los Angeles, August 11 to 16, 1965. Racial tensions explode in the Watts neighborhood of LA, leading to 6 days of riots. Crazy fact: over 34 people were killed and more than 1,000 buildings were damaged. 5. The Beatles perform at Shea Stadium in front of 55,000 fans, August 15, 1965. The Beatles play Shea Stadium, the first massive stadium concert. Wild fact: the screaming fans were so loud that the band couldn't hear themselves play. 6. Malcolm X is assassinated, February 21, 1965. Malcolm X, the civil rights leader, is shot and killed while giving a speech in Harlem. Sad fact: his assassination remains controversial, with theories about government involvement. 7. The miniskirt becomes a fashion sensation. Mary Quant, a British designer, popularizes the miniskirt, changing women's fashion. Unique fact: many people criticized the miniskirt, calling it too scandalous for the time. 8. The first commercial use of Kevlar. Kevlar, the super strong fiber used in bulletproof vests, is created by DuPont. Unique fact: Kevlar is 5 times stronger than steel, but it's also lightweight and flexible. 9. The Sound of Music premieres in theaters, March 2, 1965. The Sound of Music starring Julie Andrews debuts, becoming a cultural phenomenon. Unique fact: it became the highest-grossing movie of all time until The Godfather surpassed it in 1972. 10. Bob Dylan goes electric at the Newport Folk Festival, July 25, 1965. Bob Dylan shocks folk music fans by playing an electric guitar at the Newport Folk Festival. Wild fact: folk music purists booed him, but his new sound paved the way for folk rock. 11. The Gemini space program makes big strides. NASA's Gemini missions test key spaceflight techniques needed for future moon landings. Unique fact: Gemini missions perfected spacewalking, docking, and long-duration space travel. 12. The first ever Super Bowl is announced. The AFL and NFL agree to merge, creating the Super Bowl, which would begin in 1967. Unique fact: it was originally called the AFL vs. NFL World Championship game before becoming the Super Bowl. 13. The first CD concept is developed. Scientists begin developing the compact disc, CD, though it wouldn't be released until the 1980s. Unique fact: the first CDs were planned to hold only 60 minutes of music, but they were later expanded. 14. A Charlie Brown Christmas airs for the first time, December 9, 1965. The beloved animated Peanuts special premieres on TV. Unique fact: the famous jazz score was recorded in just a few hours but became a holiday classic. 15. The first Star Trek pilot is filmed, December 1965. The first ever Star Trek pilot episode, The Cage, is filmed. Unique fact: it was rejected by NBC, but a second pilot was made, leading to the legendary series. That's a wrap on 1965. From the British invasion to space exploration, what was your favorite moment? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, hit that like button and subscribe for more. See you next time.